Good morning, all members. All members will please come to the floor. All members will come to the floor because the hour convening haven't arrived. All members will please come to the floor and take your seats. Mr. Clerk, will you ring the bell? Well, good morning. We're going to have the morning roll call. All members present in the chamber will please vote green to signify your presence in the chamber. Mr. Clerk, will you unlock the machines? Have all members now voted? All members voted. All members voted this so. Mr. Clerk, will you lock the machines? Doorkeepers, will you please close the doors and keep them closed? Well, good morning. As is our custom, we will begin our day with scripture reading and prayer by our chaplain, after which we will pledge allegiance to the flag of our country. Our chaplain this morning is brought to us by the lady from the 170th House District, Representative Jacqueline Ford. Representative Ford.
Good morning, Mr. Speaker and my fellow members. This morning, I'm honored to introduce to you TJ Malden. He has his wife Taylor here with him today. Thank you for coming too, Taylor. TJ is the lead pastor at First Baptist Church in Tifton. TJ's been on the staff there since 2011. He continues to lead worship, share the word, and reach people through multiple services every week. He has been the curator of the TJ Malden Leadership Podcast since 2022, which is where I first heard of him. And through this podcast, he reaches people all over the world to talk about life, leadership, and the gospel. TJ launched and leads a widely successful college outreach, the Red Door College Ministry. He is also a trustee for the North American Mission Board and serves on the executive and finance committees for the Georgia Baptist Convention. His integrity, faithfulness to God's word, and love for Jesus is truly evident in reaching the world and building relationships beyond the walls of First Baptist Church. And this is paramount for TJ. He and Taylor have 2 children, Cameron and Lizzie Claire. In his spare time, he enjoys spending time in the woods and farming for deer. Members, I hope you'll help me give a warm welcome to TJ Malden.
Speaker Burns, thank you. Good morning. How are we this morning? It's a great honor to be here. Thank you, Speaker Burns, Representative Ford, to stand here today. And I'm blessed to be joined by my wife, for sure, and to represent my church, First Baptist Tifton from Tifton, Georgia. I want to open, if I can, this morning with a quick story about dessert. Everybody loves dessert, right? Well, I want to tell you this quick story. My great-grandmother was a Roosevelt Democrat through and through. My grandfather was a Reagan Republican, die hard. And as you can imagine, I know that you've never experienced that Democrats and Republicans have differing opinions from time to time, but at the dinner table, there would be lively discussions over policy and over who was in office and who wasn't in office. But this is what struck me, and this is, as one pastor told me one time, this is just for free. This isn't even in the devotion yet, okay? They would always have dessert together. They would disagree over policy and fiscal responsibility and the government's role in the lives of everyday Americans, but they would always have dessert together. And they loved one another. And my prayer for our country, for our state, is that we would find a place where we would be courageous and loving enough to have dessert together again. Amen? Amen. The verse that I want to share with you today is from 2 Samuel 23, and it's 11 through 12. It's an interesting name, but it's a forgotten piece of scripture all the way back in the Old Testament. It's oftentimes like public service and public work. You're forgotten, or you feel alone, or like you're isolated on an island. And it's like this little verse. Hear it as I read it. And next to him was Shammah, the son of Agi the Hararite. The Philistines gathered together at Lai, where there was a plot of ground, and it was full of lentils. And the men fled from the Philistines. But he took his stand in the midst of the plot and defended it. He struck down the Philistines, and the Lord worked a great victory. When everyone else said it was too scary, when everyone else said it was too tough, when everyone else said it was too murky, this one guy stood on ground that he believed would be fruitful, and he defended his people and their blessing. The world we live in often feels like, when it comes to the safety of our community, literacy rates, housing affordability, economic pressure on our farmers, even the unseen divides from generations before us, seems like those things try to steal the good that can be before us as Georgians. But praise be to God, and here's my encouragement for you today. Praise be to God that as I look around this beautiful room, I see so many of you who are like Shammah. You have chosen to stand in the gap. You have chosen to defend your communities, to represent your people that you love. You choose to serve in humility the people that you represent. You work hard, and this is hard work. It's often thankless, tough, life-altering, but you are the defenders. You stand in the breach. You are the voice for the voiceless, for your districts, for your people, and for the people that you care about. And I know, listen, sometimes it feels like you are standing all by yourself. But ladies and gentlemen, my encouragement to you today is that you would continue to stand with integrity and humility and fight for the people you love. I'm going to give you 3 quick encouragements. Don't grow weary. This is tough work. But the Bible says if you will not grow weary in doing good, in due time you will reap if you do not faint. Don't grow bitter. Sometimes the Facebook critic and the insults and the discouragements can make us grow bitter. Oh, but let those things make you better. Jesus said, even when he taught us how to pray, Forgive us our trespasses, even as we forgive those who trespass against us. And here's my third encouragement. Don't stop loving. Don't grow weary, don't grow bitter, and don't stop loving. Love covers a multitude of sin. Continue to love people that are different from you, have different opinions, different lifestyles, different ways of life, from different districts, from different socioeconomic backgrounds. Keep on loving. And the Lord, I believe this, will work a great victory in our state and through our great representatives. The last thing I'll share, I would be remiss if I drove all the way to this beautiful city and stood in this beautiful building and I did not tell you this. There is one better than you, there is one better than me, and there is one better than Shema. Because not just for our communities, but for every single one of us in this special place today, we will face moments where the thief of doubt or discouragement or fear will try to sweep in and steal our blessings. It will try to overcome us with discouragement, fear, and doubt. But my hope for you is that you know that there is one better than this Shema that stood in your place. Jesus Christ the righteous lived a life that you could never live. He died in your place. He was buried in a grave, and he resurrected 3 days later with life for anyone who would love him, know him, and follow him. He is the better Shema. So know this. He loves you, and I love you, and I'm praying for you. Can we stand together today as we pray? Father God, you are the greatest of all time. There is none like you. There's never been any like you, and there will never be any like you. You are infinitely better than anything we could experience on this planet. So I pray today as these incredible men and incredible women from different walks of life and different backgrounds put their hearts and heads together to solve the issues of our great state, I pray, God, Lord, that you would pour out blessing upon blessing, that you would keep them courageous, full of integrity, not allowing them to grow bitter, not allowing them to grow weary, and filling their hearts to the brim with love for their state, for one another, and for you. In Jesus' name, amen. Let us say the pledge together this morning. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good stuff. Thank you, Brother TJ. We appreciate that message very much. Doorkeepers, you may unlock the doors. Members, you may join Brother TJ in the South Ante room and thank him for his service today and get a photo. Come on, Taylor, and join us. Our doctor of the day today is brought to us by Representative McQueen. It's Dr. David Blake. So he's downstairs. If you need his services, you know where he is. Chairman Hilton, the chair of the Committee on Information and Audits, is recognized. Chairman Hilton.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I don't know about the Senate Committee on Information Audits, but the House Committee on Information Audits is here working. We've read the journal, and we have found it to be correct.
We appreciate your vigilance, Chairman Hilton. Chairman Hilton, the chair of the Committee on Information and Audits, reports that the journal of the previous legislative day has been read and found to be correct. Is there any objection to dispense with the reading of the journal? Hearing none, the reading of the journal is dispensed with. Is there any objection to the confirmation of the journal? Hearing none, the journal is confirmed. Mr. Clerk will read the resolution establishing the order of business for the day. Mr. Clerk.
Representative Administration of the 104th moves following be established as the order of business during the first part of the period. Unanimous consents. Introduction of bills and resolutions. First reading and reference of House bills and resolutions. Second reading of bills and resolutions. Reports of standing committees. First reading and reference of Senate bills and resolutions. Warning orders.
Is there any objection to the adoption of the resolution establishing the order of business for the day? Hearing none, the resolution is adopted. First reading of bills and resolutions, the clerk will read.
House Bill 1354 by Representative Kelly, the 16th, Hatchett of the 155th, Newton of the 127th. Bill be titled an act to amend Chapter 20E of Title 33 of the Official Code of Georgia, annotated the Surprise Billing Consumer Protection Act.
Budget and Fiscal Affairs Oversight.
House Bill 1355 by Representative Werkheiser of the 157th. Bill being titled an act to amend Chapter 9 of Title 34 of the Official Code of Georgia, annotated relating to workers' compensation.
Industry and Labor.
House Bill 1356 by Representative Stinson of the 150th. Bill be titled an act to amend an act creating a Board of Commissioners from Rankin County.
Intergovernmental Coordination.
House Bill 1357 by Representative Franklin of the 160th, Burns of the 159th, Parrish of the 158th. Bill be titled an act to amend an act creating the Bullock County Public Facilities Authority.
Intergovernmental Coordination.
House Bill 1358 by Representative LaHood of the 175th. The bill be titled an act to authorize the assessment and collection of a technology fee by the Magistrate Court of Brooks County.
Intergovernmental Coordination.
House Bill 1359 by Representative LaHood of the 175th. The bill be titled an act to amend an act to create a Board of Elections and Registration for Brooks County.
Intergovernmental Coordination.
House Bill 1361 by Representative Kelly of the 16th, Hawkins the 27th, Dempsey the 13th. Bill be titled an act to amend Chapter 4, Title 26 of the Official Code of Georgia, annotated relating to pharmacists and pharmacies.
Health.
House Bill 1362 by Representative Ridley of the 6th, Rhodes of the 124th, Burchett of the 176th, Smith of the 18th, Corbett of the 174th, and others. Bill be titled an act to amend Article 1 of Chapter 2 of Title 45 of the Official Code of Georgia, annotated relating to general provisions for eligibility and qualifications for office.
Governmental Affairs.
House Bill 1363 by Representative Silcox of the 53rd, Illustration of the 104th, Fleming of the 114th, Panitch of the 51st, and Carson of the 46th. Bill be titled an act to amend Title 20 of the Official Code of Georgia, annotated relating to education.
Education.
House Bill 1364 by Representative Leverett of the 123rd, Scott.
Mr. Clerk, suspend for a moment. I've misread. 1363 should go to higher education. Can I correct that? Higher education. Suspend, Mr. Clerk. I won't blame it on y'all, but I can't hear very well up here. So if you will, turn it down just a little bit. Proceed, Mr. Clerk.
House Bill 1364 by Representative Leverett of the 123rd, Scoggins of the 14th, Kelly the 16th, Pomptown of the 17th, Gamble of the 15th. Bill be titled an act to amend Part 7 of Article 5 of Chapter 3 of Title 44 of the Official Code of Georgia, annotated relating to miscellaneous provisions relative to timeshare projects and programs.
Judiciary.
House Bill 1365 by Representative Jones, the 25th, Silcox of the 53rd, Martin of the 49th, Jones of the 47th, Evans of the 57th, and others. Bill be titled an act to amend Code Section 15.6.2 of the Official Code of Georgia Annotated relating to the number of judges of superior courts.
Judiciary.
House Bill 1366 by Representative Carter of the 93rd, Smith of the 41st, Park of the 107th, Evans of the 57th, Glaze of the 67th, and others. The bill to be entitled an act to amend Part 3 of Article 7 of Chapter 3 of Title 20 of the Official Code of Georgia Annotated relating to Georgia Student Finance Authority.
Higher education.
House Bill 1367 by Representative Roberts of the 52nd, Bazemore of the 69th, Silcox of the 53rd, Cannon of the 58th, Iowa the 50th, and others. Bill be titled an act to amend an act creating one or more community improvement districts in an unincorporated Fulton County.
Intergovernmental coordination.
House Bill 1368 by Representative Cooper, the 45th, Hatchett of the 155th, Stevens the 164th, Dempsey the 13th, Reese the 140th. Bill be titled an act to amend Title 37 of the Official Code of Georgia Annotated relating to mental health.
Public and community health.
House Bill 1369 by Representative Clark of the 100th, Bonner of the 73rd, Barrett of the 24th, Ridley of the 22nd, Horner of the 3rd, and others. The bill be titled an act to amend Chapter 3, Title 1 of the Official Code of Georgia Annotated relating to laws and statutes.
The Judiciary.
House Bill 1371 by Representative Ridley, the 22nd, Carpenter the 4th, Horner the 3rd, Kelly the 16th, Scoggins the 14th. The bill be titled Act to amend Chapter 7 of Title 48 of the Official Code of Georgia Annotated relating to income taxes.
Ways and Means.
House Bill 1372 by Representative Ridley, the 22nd, Ridley the 6th, Horner the 3rd, Thomas the 21st, Tarvin the 2nd. Bill be titled an act to amend Code Section 217 of the Official Code of Georgia Annotated relating to prohibiting the acquisition of possessory interest in certain land by certain foreign persons.
The Judiciary.
House Bill 1373 by Representative Ridley, the 22nd, Ridley the 6th, Horner the 3rd, Douglas the 78th. Bill be titled an act to amend Part 1 of Article 2, Chapter 12 of Title 16 of the Official Code of Georgia Annotated relating to gambling.
Regulated Industries.
House Bill 1374 by Representative Hawkins, the 27th, Stevens, the 164th, Jaspers, the 11th, Newton, of the 127th, Clark of the 100th. Bill be titled an act to amend Chapter 24, Title 33 of the Official Code of Georgia Annotated relating to insurance generally.
Health.
House Bill 1375 by Representative Hawkins, the 27th, Hong of the 103rd, Clark of the 100th, Donahue the 31st, Dubnik of the 29th. The bill will be entitled an act to amend an act creating the State Court of Hall County.
Intergovernmental coordination.
House Bill 1376 by Representative Flournoy, the 74th, Lupton of the 83rd, Ali the 106th, Baker the 64th, and Beckles the 96th. The bill be entitled an act to amend Chapter 9 and Title 49 of the Official Code of Georgia Annotated relating to Georgia Vocational Rehab Agency.
Public and community health.
House Bill 1377 by Representative Carson of the 46th, Estration of the 104th, Earhart of the 36th, Parsons of the 44th, Donatucci the 105th, and others. Bill be titled an act to amend Article 5B of Chapter 8 of Title 48 of the Official Code of Georgia Annotated relating to special districts for transit purposes.
Ways and Means.
Bill 1378 by Representative Carter, the 93rd, Stinson the 150th, Donatucci the 105th, Evans the 57th, Glaze the 67th, and others. Bill be titled an act to amend Article 2, Chapter 2B of Title 20 of the Official Code of Georgia Annotated, the Georgia Promise Scholarship Act.
Education.
House Bill 1379 by Representative Gaines of the 120th, Panitch of the 51st, Carson of the 46th, Cox of the 28th, and Fleming of the 114th. Bill be titled an act to amend Title 20 of the Official Code of Georgia Annotated relating to education.
Higher education.
House Bill 1380 by Representative Miles of the 126th, Neal of the 79th, Hitchens of the 161st, Powell of the 33rd, Prince of the 132nd, and others. Bill be titled an act to amend Code Section 4274 of the Official Code of Georgia Annotated relating to license plates for persons with disabilities.
Motor vehicles.
House Bill 1381 by Representative Park of the 107th, Jones of the 25th, Gisler of the 121st, Herring of the 145th, Camp of the 135th, and others. Bill be titled an act to amend Chapter 3A, Title 46 of the official code of Georgia annotated relating to integrated resource planning.
Energy, Utilities, and Telecommunications.
House Bill 1382 by Representative Gissler, the 121st, Bonner, the 73rd, Jackson, the 68th, Scott of the 76th, Davis of the 87th. The bill be titled an act to amend Title 20 of the official code of Georgia annotated relating to education.
Higher Education.
House Bill 1383 by Representative Smith of the 18th. The bill be titled an act to amend Article 1 of Chapter 9 and Title 12 of the official code of Georgia annotated relating to air quality.
Natural Resources and Environment.
House Resolution 1391 by Representative Corbett of the 174th, Ridley the 6th, Rhodes the 124th, Williams the 148th, and LaHood of the 175th. A resolution honoring the life of Mrs. Edna Sermons Siemens and dedicating a bridge in her memory.
Transportation.
House Resolution 1393 by Representative Miles the 126th, Hughley the 141st, Williams the 168th, Buckner the 137th, Green the 154th, and others. A resolution creating a House Study Committee on Rural Hospitals.
Special Rules.
Senate Bill 432 by Senator Walker the 20th, Anna Devarte the 31st, Burns the 23rd, Hickman of the 4th, Jones the 22nd, and others. They'll be titled an act to amend Title 20 of the official code of Georgia annotated relating to education.
Higher Education.
Senate Bill 446 by Representative Dixon of the 45th, Hickman of the 4th, Ginn of the 47th, Gooch of the 51st, Tillery the 19th, and others. Bill be titled an act to amend Chapter 2A of Title 20 of the official code of Georgia annotated relating to student scholarship organizations.
Ways and Means.
Senate Bill 462 by Senator Still of the 48th, Anna Devarte of the 31st, Watson of the 1st, Harrell of the 40th, Hatchett of the 50th, and others. Bill be titled an act to amend Chapter 20E of Title 33 of the official code of Georgia annotated the Surprise Billing Consumer Protection Act.
Health.
That completes first readers.
Members, I'm going to ask you to come to your desk. I know about a lot of good conversations that occurred this morning because I've heard most of them y'all had out there. Y'all been talking loud enough I could hear them. And I can tell you some of them not going far either. All right, members, we have a special morning order. I want to ask members to please, a lot of vacant desks out here. If you'll come to your desk and give our guests your full attention. We have a special invite resolution. In fact, we have a couple of special invite resolutions that we'll move forward with at this time. So I'm going to ask the members again, if you give the member who's presenting your attention, doorkeepers, how about close those doors? You don't have to keep them closed, but if you'll get them shut, that'll be great. Members anteroom doorkeeper, if you'll please close that door. Thank you. Mr. Clerk, will you read the caption to House Resolution 1129? Mr. Clerk.
House Resolution 1129 by Representative Herring of the 145th, Jones of the 143rd, Paris of the 142nd, Washburn of the 144th, Reeves of the 99th, and others. A resolution recognizing and commending Penny L. Elkins, Ph.D., and for other purposes.
Good to have you, Dr. Elkins. Thank you, Mr. Clerk. This morning, we have, again, as I say, a special guest. So we're going to recognize Representative Tangi Herring to recognize and speak to the resolution and introduce our guest. Representative Herring.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Members of the House, I rise today with great pride, especially on Macon Day at the Capitol, to recognize a leader who reflects the very heart of our community, Dr. Penny Elkins, President of Mercer University. In Macon-Bibb County, Mercer is more than a university. It is part of who we are. It is woven into the fabric of our community, shaping our economy, our culture, and the lives of generations of students who go on to serve not just our city, but our entire state, the entire state of Georgia. And for me, this connection is personal. My mother and I both are proud graduates of Mercer, and my daughter is a junior at Mercer currently. So I have the privilege of seeing firsthand the impact that this institution has on the lives of students every single day. Dr. Elkins holds 2 degrees from Mercer, including a bachelor's degree of Christianity and education and a master's in education. She is a specialist in education from Georgia College University and State University and a PhD in educational leadership from Georgia State University. With this strong educational foundation, Dr. Elkins could have chosen anywhere to go. However, we are most grateful that she chose to invest her life and career in Middle Georgia. For more than 25 years, she has served Mercer University as a faculty member, a mentor, and a leader, helping to guide students and strengthen our Georgia economy and state and respected institution. As a longtime educator myself, I have a deep appreciation for leaders who begin in the classroom, because when we have stood in front of students, you understand that education is not just information, it's about transformation. And that perspective shapes the kind of leader that Dr. Elkins is today. Her historic appointment as Mercer University's first female president is a proud moment, not just for our university, but for Macon-Bibb and for all of Georgia. But what makes her leadership so meaningful is not just that she's making history, it is that she is doing it by lifting others up, building a community, and by preparing the next generation to lead lives of service and impact. At this pivotal moment, Dr. Elkins is leading Mercer University forward as a statewide institution, serving more than 9,000 students across campuses in Macon, Atlanta, Savannah, Columbus, with a flagship campus, medical schools, law schools, all located in Macon. Her vision is focused on preparing students for a rapidly evolving economy, for strengthening Georgia's healthcare workforce, and helping lead the growth of our great state, which has the combined economic impact of more than $58 billion a year and employs more than 200,000 Georgians. Under Dr. Elkins' leadership, the Georgia Aerospace and Defense Alliance, founded by Gulfstream, Lockheed Martin, Flight Safety International, RTX, and Rolls-Royce, all headquartered at Mercer University in Macon, will continue to grow and thrive as partnership with the university. With Dr. Elkins at the helm, Mercer University continues to expand research, foster collaboration, and invest in student success, while also investing in the future of Macon, including our new medical school campus that will further strengthen the bond between the university and our community. Members of the House, on this Macon Day, it is especially fitting that we recognize one of our own, a leader who represents the very best of our community. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Penny Elkins, a proud Georgian, a dedicated educator, and a leader who is committed to the institution of education for all students in Georgia. She does our state proud.
Well, good morning, everyone. If you know me, you know that tears are in my eyes right now. I'm very humbled by this. Representative Herring, thank you so much for this proclamation, and thank you, Mr. Speaker, for having us this morning. I want to tell you who is with me, and it's consistent with the remarks that you just heard. First of all, our board chair, Kathy Callaway Adams, is here with me today, and two newly appointed presidential fellows. These are students at Mercer who are working on behalf of making this state better through their educational experience, and that's Harris Wallace and Chloe Paulk. So I definitely want you all to give a round of applause for them as well. Thank you for that. Thank you. They're the best. That's the best version of our success. We're proud. We're humbled. I do take this helm with great humility, but laser focus on making the student experience the best that it can be, so that they understand that yes, they are going to be successful, but part of success at Mercer University means that you will have a great career, and yes, they will. But they will also understand that success means giving back to their communities and certainly our state. We say at Mercer, everyone majors in changing the world, and we mean that. That is quite audacious, but whether you're a pharmacist or a lawyer or a teacher or a physician, we expect that you're going to do big and small efforts, whatever those may be, to make communities, our state, and yes, our world better than it is today. Thank you all. Thank you.
Thank you, members. Dr. Elkins, we look forward to continuing the great progress that Mercer University has made in our state for so many of our citizens, and what this university means to all of Georgia in so many different areas, but especially in the healthcare areas. And so we look forward to continue to partner with you to make your tenure as president just successful as any before you, and really lift the bar high for those that will come after you.
Thank you.
So thank you. And congratulations to our students for being here with us as well. Thank you, members. Members, Dr. Elkins will be in the South Annie room if you would like to join her and advocate for a student or someone. So we'll be glad for you to speak to her. She's a wonderful person and a great leader. So thank you, Dr. Elkins. Members, we're going to have second readings now, but then we have another invite resolution, so I'll ask you to stay close for the next resolution. Second readings of bills and resolutions. Mr. Clerk, will you read?
House Bill 1315 by Representative Carpenter of the 4th, Reeves of the 99th, Washburn of the 144th, Frye of the 122nd, Powell of the 33rd. A bill relating to zoning procedures. House Bill 1316 by Representative Tarvin of the 2nd and Cameron of the 1st. A bill to amend an act to provide a homestead exemption from Walker County School District ad valorem taxes. House Bill 1317 by Representative Horner of the 3rd, Cameron of the 1st, and Tarvin of the 2nd. A bill to authorize the governing authority of the city of Fort Oglethorpe to levy an excise tax. House Bill 1318 by Representative Carpenter of the 4th and Rice of the 139th. A bill relating to labor and industrial relations. House Bill 1319 by Representative Carpenter of the 4th. A bill relating to regulation of rates, underwriting rules, and regulated organizations. House Bill 1320 by Representative Parsons of the 44th, Dickey of the 134th, Werkheiser of the 157th, Green of the 154th, and Anderson of the 10th. A bill relating to filming and approval of integrated resource plan. House Bill 1321 by Representative Gamble of the 15th and Scoggins of the 14th. The bill to provide homestead exemption from city Cartersville ad valorem taxes for municipal purposes. House Bill 1322 by Representative Chokas of the 151st, Crow of the 118th, Lumsden of the 12th, Deloach of the 167th, Cannon of the 172nd, and others. A bill relating to riot. House Bill 1323 by Representative Neal of the 79th. A bill relating to electrical service. House Bill 1324 by Representative Ridley of the 6th, Cannon of the 172nd, Rhodes of the 124th, Williams of the 148th, and Corbett of the 174th. A bill relating to dangerous instrumentalities and practices. House Bill 1325 by Representative Ballard of the 147th, Rice of the 139th, Cox of the 28th, Persing of the 119th, Hagan of the 156th, and others. A bill relating to student codes of conduct, distribution, disciplinary action for violations, and parental involvement. House Bill 1326 by Representative Neal of the 79th and Jones of the 143rd. A bill related to imposition rate computation, exemptions, and credits from income tax. House Bill 1327 by Representative Ridley of the 6th, Crow of the 118th, Burchett of the 176th, Astration of the 104th, Leverett of the 123rd. A bill relating to loitering at or disrupting schools. House Bill 1328 by Representative Wade of the 9th, Bonner of the 73rd, Hawkins of the 27th, Dubnick of the 29th, Gaines of the 120th, and others. A bill relating to University of North Georgia military scholarships. House Bill 1329 by Representative Stevens of the 164th and Newton of the 127th. The bill relating to controlled substance. House Bill 1330 by Representative Carter of the 93rd, Camp of the 135th, Ballard of the 147th, Wilkerson of the 38th, Hughley of the 141st, and others. A bill relating to other educational programs under the Quality Basic Education Act. House Bill 1331 by Representative Fry of the 122nd, Ramon of the 97th, Barry of the 56th, Sanchez of the 42nd, Bell of the 75th, and others. A bill to amend the Georgia minimum wage law. House Bill 1332 by Representative Clark of the 100th, Sains of the 180th, Crow of the 118th, Fleming of the 114th, Chastain of the 7th, and others. A bill relating to the Department of Community Health. House Bill 1333 by Representative Kelly of the 16th. A bill relating to general provisions applicable to municipal corporations only. House Bill 1334 by Representative Okoye of the 102nd, Adenia of the 110th, Holly of the 116th, Schofield of the 63rd, Scott of the 76th, and others. A bill relating to commissions and other agencies. House Bill 1335 by Representative Schofield of the 63rd, Stevens of the 164th, Holly of the 116th, Gilliard of the 162nd, Williams of the 168th, and others. A bill relating to emergency management. House Bill 1336 by Representative Crow of the 118th, Anderson of the 10th, LaHood of the 175th, Burchett of the 176th, Jenkins of the 136th, and others. A bill relating to ad valorem taxation of airline companies. House Bill 1337 by Representative Silcox of the 53rd, Jones of the 47th, Martin of the 49th, Gunter of the 8th, Scoggins of the 14th. The bill relating to courts. House Bill 1338 by Representative Stevens of the 164th, Hitchens of the 161st, Jackson of the 165th, Petrie of the 166th, and Gilliard of the 162nd. A bill to amend an act providing homestead exemption from certain City of Savannah ad valorem taxes, municipal purposes. House Bill 1339 by Representative Hughley of the 141st, Buckner of the 137th, Reese of the 140th. A bill to amend an act providing a new charter for the county-wide government of Columbus, Georgia. House Bill 1340 by Representative McCollum of the 30th, Dunhoo of the 31st, Cox of the 28th, Hong of the 103rd, Clark of the 100th, and others. A bill to amend an act providing homestead exemption from Hall County School District ad valorem taxes. House Bill 1341 by Representative McCollum of the 30th, Dunhoo of the 31st, Cox of the 28th, Clark of the 100th, Dubnick of the 29th, and others. A bill to provide a homestead exemption from Hall County ad valorem taxes for county purposes. House Bill 1345 by Representative Rice of the 139th, Astration of the 104th, Donatucci of the 105th, Reeves of the 99th, Hilton of the 48th, and others. A bill relating to the State Workforce Development Board. House Bill 1346 by Representative Jones of the 143rd, Hughley of the 141st, Herring of the 145th, and Jones of the 25th. A bill relating to general provisions relative to insurance. House Bill 1347 by Representative Thomas of the 21st, Carson of the 46th, Irwin of the 32nd, Franklin of the 160th. The bill to amend the Public Retirement Systems Investment Authority Law. House Bill 1348 by Representative Smith of the 18th, Hong of the 103rd, Gunter of the 8th, Leverett of the 123rd, Deloach of the 167th. A bill relating to receivers relative to civil practice. House Bill 1349 by Representative Glaze of the 67th, Miller of the 62nd, Dawson of the 65th, Panitch of the 51st, Bazemore of the 69th, and others. A bill to amend an act providing Fulton County System pension and retirement to pay teachers and employees of the Board of Education of Fulton County. House Bill 1350 by Representative Cahan of the 81st, Byrd of the 20th, Jones of the 25th, Clark of the 100th, Barrett of the 24th, and others. A bill related to health. House Bill 1351 by Representative Cannon of the 58th, Holcomb of the 101st, Beckles of the 96th, Evans of the 57th, Ali of the 106th, and others. A bill relating to general provisions of state government. House Bill 1352 by Representative Hilton of the 48th, Jones of the 25th, Chastain of the 7th, Gamble of the 15th, Burchett of the 176th. A bill relating to compulsory attendance. House Bill 1353 by Representative Martin of the 49th, a bill relating to excise tax on rooms, lodgings, and accommodations. House Bill 1360 by Representative Chokas of the 151st, Cannon of the 172nd, Yurta of the 152nd, Green of the 154th, Bonner of the 73rd, and others. A bill relating to refunds of taxes and license fees by counties and municipalities, time, manner of filing claims, and actions for refund, and authority to approve or disapprove claims. House Bill 1370 by Representative Carson of the 46th and Blackwood of the 146th. A bill related to imposition rate computation, exemption, and credits for income tax. House Resolution 1371 by Representative Crowe of the 118th, Jones of the 25th, Corbett of the 174th, Smith of the 18th, Montana of the 17th, and others. A bill relating to House Study Committee on Code Revision for Autonomous Vehicles. House Resolution 1372 by Representative Seabaugh of the 34th, Jones of the 60th, Wilkerson of the 38th, Parsons of the 44th, Sanchez of the 42nd, and others. A resolution recognizing the life of Mr. John A. Williams and dedicating a bridge in his memory. House Resolution 1390 by Representative Galliard of the 162nd, Stevens of the 164th, Oliver of the 84th, Blaze of the 67th, and Buckner of the 137th. A resolution urging action to protect the statue of the Juliet Gordon Low within the Juliet Gordon Low building. House Resolution 1392 by Representative Blackman of the 146th, Leverett of the 123rd. A resolution proposing an amendment to the Constitution so as to provide that qualified low-income building projects may be classified as a separate class of property for ad valorem property tax purposes. Different rates, methods, and assessment dates may be provided for such building projects. Senate Bill 143 by Senator Alberts of the 56th, Payne of the 54th, Kirkpatrick of the 32nd, Still of the 48th, Robertson of the 29th, and others. A bill relating to retirement allowance, disability benefits, and death benefits relative to Georgia Firefighters Pension Fund. Senate Bill 369 by Senator Still of the 48th, Estevez of the 35th, Kemp of the 38th, Brass of the 6th. A bill to amend the Georgia Schools Act of 1998. Senate Bill 452 by Senator Hatchett of the 50th, Robertson of the 29th, Strickland of the 42nd, Tillery of the 19th, Albers of the 56th, and others. A bill related to withdrawal employer contributions, vesting, and date of election. Senate Bill 494 by Senator Summers of the 13th, a bill to amend an act creating the Board of Commissioners of Irwin County. Through second readers.
Members, if you will come back to the floor, come to your seats, we have another very special morning order. Thank you, members. We're going to read the resolution, but I'm going to ask you to give the clerk your attention, then give Representative Flanoy your attention, and we'll introduce our guest, and we'll have some comments. So, members, if you will, continue to give us your attention, and conversations can go out into the ante room. Mr. Clerk, will you read the caption to House Resolution 1040?
House Resolution 1040 by Representative Flournoy of the 74th, Holly the 116th, Douglas the 78th, Santos of the 117th, Kahanian of the 81st, and others. A resolution honoring Echo Park Speedway and for other purposes.
Thank you, Mr. Clerk. Thank you, members. Representative Robert Flournoy, I think Echo Park is in your district, isn't it? Yes, sir. I didn't know if you were in the district or a race car driver, but you got both. Representative Flournoy is recognized to speak to the resolution.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. It depends on who you ask if I'm a race car driver. But this week is race week, and we are honored to have the executive team and individuals from Echo Park Speedway in Hampton, Georgia, the only place in our state where it is legal to drive 150 miles an hour and illegal to make a right turn. But we are so happy to have them here with us, not only because of the great racing that takes place, but also because of the economic impact that Echo Park Speedway has on our state. Over $200+ million, not only in our region in Henry County, but economic impact as a catalyst in the state of Georgia. And so we are honored to have them here with us. We have the Executive Vice President, General Manager Brandon Hutchison, Mr. Ed Clark, President. I see Dustin Bixby, who is Vice President of Marketing, and the driver of the #1 car, Mr. Ross Chastain, is here with us as well. And so we are just happy and elated to have them here with us. I'm not going to belabor the time. So if you would, let's welcome Echo Park Speedway Executive Vice President, General Manager Brandon Hutchison as he comes forward.
Thank you, sir.
Good to have you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Good morning. You're right, Representative Flournoy. It's the Auto Trader 400 race week at Echo Park Speedway. Thank you so much for spearheading this here today. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. We appreciate the opportunity. And thank you to the members of the House of Representatives for the state of Georgia. We appreciate your support. And for those in the gallery who may support Echo Park Speedway, welcome to the House of Representatives. We hope you're coming to Echo Park Speedway a little later this week, but thank you for being here today. On behalf of the over 700 Speedway Motorsports employees, and more specifically, the local Echo Park Speedway team, we appreciate this humbling honor. As we prepare for this weekend's NASCAR Cup Series event, the Auto Trader 400, we look forward to welcoming guests from every state across the nation, and this may surprise you, but currently 16 different countries, as far away as Australia. You might be surprised to learn that once we close the books on this weekend, we will quickly turn our focus to the over 1,000 other events we'll play host to this year. From Feld Entertainment Monster Jam, where we'll have the longest, fastest monster truck course of their championship season, to a host of car and truck shows, to hosting Henry County High School graduations, to the Georgia State Fair. We're proud to have contributed to the robust tourism economy within the state of Georgia for over 65 years, and we look forward to at least 60 more. I thank this group for your past, present, and future support of Echo Park Speedway. We couldn't do it without you. In closing, as an 8th generation Georgian, I personally thank you for all of your hard work that you do for this great state. And without further ado, I'd like to bring Ross Chastain, NASCAR Cup Series driver, up to make a few comments as well. Thank you very much.
Thank y'all for having us here today. On behalf of Echo Park Speedway, it's an honor and very humbling to stand here today. We did recently go through a name change from Atlanta Motor Speedway. It was always incorrectly named because it was in Hampton the whole time, so never actually in Atlanta. But now with Echo Park taking the reins and taking that speedway to the next level, it's an honor to be here. I am the grandson of a proud Georgia-born farmer from Oclotney. The watermelon life of my family took us to South Florida for my father and my time here on this earth, and I was born and raised in South Florida and fell in love with the sport of racing really as a way to get off the farm. I thought as a kid I didn't know which way I would want to go, and now I've been able to do both. So through my platform of racing, y'all see me race the #1 car for big companies like Busch Light and Wendy's this weekend. The ties back to agriculture come right back to the state of Georgia, and I'm really proud of that. I spent my summers going to the Cordele and Araby areas of this country, working with family farms, with my family, to sell their product, and we still do that today. We are the largest watermelon sales company. We sell and ship watermelons year-round. We're really proud of that at Melon One, and work with family farms in South Georgia to do that, and that's so cool for us with our history down near Thomasville and Oclotney. So the priority right now is to go win a cup race this Sunday and smash a watermelon on the front stretch, and maybe drive one of those Echo Park street cars, maybe another Chevy out the tunnel after the race. But proud to be here. Thank y'all for having us, and see y'all at the races.
Thank you, Ross. 8th generation Georgian, 8th generation watermelon grower, farmer from Florida, roots from Georgia. Echo Park Speedway, formerly Atlanta Motor Speedway as we know it, gives us exposure in Georgia, all over the world. when it comes to NASCAR racing, which is appreciated and enjoyed all over the world. So thank you for what Echo Park Speedway does, not just on race day, but a great economic engine year-round. So thanks for that. So y'all may have not understood what Ross said about smashing the watermelon. His tradition is when he wins, he's on top of his car, he takes a watermelon, and he smashes it down on the speedway, and then he eats the heart out of it. So, true watermelon guy, so he knows that. He's one of my favorite drivers in #1 car. We appreciate him. Thanks for taking y'all's time, Ross, especially yours. I know all the demands. Thanks for being here. Thank you, members. Ross will be in the South Ante room for just a few minutes. He has to get over to the Senate if you'd like to come out and greet him and greet all the team from Echo Park Speedway. Reports of standing committees. Mr. Clerk will read.
Representative Victor Anderson of the 10th District, Chairman of the Committee on Governmental Affairs, submitted the following report. Mr. Speaker, your Committee on Governmental Affairs has had under its consideration the following bills of the House and Senate. Has instructed me to report the same back to the House with the following recommendations. House Bill 502 do pass by committee substitute. House Bill 963 do pass. House Bill 1129 do pass. House Bill 1247 do pass by committee substitute. The Senate Bill 51 do pass by committee substitute. Respectfully submitted, Representative Victor Anderson of the 10th District, Chairman. Representative Scoggins, the 14th District, Chairman of the Committee on Special Rules, submitted the following report. Mr. Speaker, your Committee on Special Rules has had under its consideration following a resolution of the House has instructed me to report the same back to the following recommendation. House Resolution 1207 do pass. Respectfully submitted, Representative Scoggins, the 14th District, Chairman. Representative Hawkins of the 27th District, Chairman of the Committee on Health, submitted the following report. Mr. Speaker, your Committee on Health has had under its consideration the following bills and resolutions of the House and has instructed me to report same back to the House with the following recommendations. House Bill 1192 do pass. House Bill 810 do pass by committee substitute. House Bill 951 do pass. House Bill 1002 do pass. House Bill 1211 do pass. House Resolution 592 do pass by substitute. House Resolution 948 do pass by substitute. Respectfully submitted, Representative Hawkins, the 27th District, Chairman. Representative Clint Crowe, the 118th District, Chairman of the Committee on Public Safety and Homeland Security, submitted the following report. Mr. Speaker, your Committee on Public Safety and Homeland Security has had under its consideration following bills of the House. Has instructed me to report same back to the House with the following recommendations. House Bill 1080 do pass by substitute. House Bill 1265 do pass. Respectfully submitted, Representative Clint Crowe, the 118th District, Chairman. Representative Gunner of the 8th District, Chairman of the Committee on Judiciary, submitted the following report. Mr. Speaker, your Committee on Judiciary has had under its consideration the following bills of the House. Instructed me to report same back to the House with the following recommendations. House Bill 664 do pass by committee substitute. House Bill 792 do pass by committee substitute. House Bill 1024 do pass by committee substitute. House Bill 1160 do pass by committee substitute. House Bill 1185 do pass. House Bill 1208 do pass by committee substitute. Respectfully submitted, Representative Gunner of the 8th District, Chairman. Representative Karen Mathiak of the 82nd District, Chairman of the Committee on State Planning and Community Affairs, submitted the following report. Mr. Speaker, your Committee on State Planning and Community Affairs has had under its consideration the following bill of the House. Instructed me to report same back to the House the following recommendation. House Bill 689 do pass. Respectfully submitted, Representative Karen Mathiak of the 82nd District, Chairman. That completes the reading of the reports of standing committees.
Members, we'll move on. Thank you, Mr. Clerk. We'll move on to morning orders. We're going to move on to morning orders. We have some members that need to leave that are signed up for morning orders. Just one of them are the folks from up at Rome. We're going to ask them to come down. And then we'll have our moment in Black History. Representative Gissler, you'll be next. Chairlady Dempsey, you're going to be recognized for a morning order. Just a moment. Chairlady Dempsey and friends are recognized in Floyd County.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Good morning, everyone. We have a great group here from Rome today. Leadership Rome is in the house. They are upstairs. The class is here. They're going to be spending the day getting to experience the Capitol and hear from some different speakers and enjoy meeting and bumping into all of you. So if you see them, make sure to be friendly. Let me ask you to rise and everyone welcome them to our Georgia house. Thank you. Thank you, Leadership Rome. Have a great day. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, members. Welcome. Glad to have you all here. Hope you enjoy your day with us. Representative Gissler, give the gentleman in the well your attention, please. He's recognized to speak to Black History. Gentlemen, we'll suspend just for a moment. Gentleman's recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Colleagues, as we all know, Black history is American history, and Black history is Georgia history. Black History Month is not only a time for celebration, though there is much to celebrate, it is also a time for reflection and remembrance. The parts of our history that are most difficult to remember are often the ones we should be certain not to forget. 80 years ago this July, what is widely considered to be the last mass lynching in the United States occurred here in Georgia, at the Morris Ford Bridge on the Appalachian River, separating Walton and Oconee counties on the border of my home district. On July 25th, 1946, 4 young black Georgians were murdered by a mob. George Dorsey, a World War II veteran, his wife, Mae Dorsey, George's sister, Dorothy Malcolm, and her husband, Roger Malcolm, were riding in a car from Monroe to their home in Oconee County when they were stopped on the Morris Ford Bridge. A mob pulled them from the car, forced them to the riverbank, tied them to trees, and proceeded to shoot them over 60 times. Dorothy Malcolm was believed to be pregnant at the time. Despite investigations and national attention, no one was ever convicted. In 1997, the GBI reopened the case. In 2005, the Georgia General Assembly passed a resolution expressing regret for the state's history of lynching and racial violence. And on the first Sunday of each April, or first Saturday of each April, the Morris Ford movement holds a memorial service at the First African Baptist Church in Monroe, Georgia. This year, the event coincides with the anniversary of the assassination of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. on April 4th. The event consists of a memorial service, a driving tour of the grave sites, and a reenactment at the site, ensuring that the victims are never forgotten. Remembering Morris Ford today is not about assigning guilt or blame. It's about honoring the lives that were lost. It is about recommitting ourselves to the principle of equal justice under the law. May we continue to be a state that remembers, that learns from our history, and that moves forward together. Please join me in a moment of silence to remember the victims of the Morris Ford lynchings. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Yield well.
Thank you, members. Thank you, Representative Gissler. Appreciate it. Members, I hope you'll join me in welcoming a former member of this House, Representative Stacey Reese, Chairman Stacey Reese. Let's make him welcome. We also have another member of the House, former member of the House here, Representative George Brown. Stand up, George. Good to see you, my friend. Come on up. I'd love to take a photo with you if you'd let me. Welcome back to the People's House. Okay, members, we have a whole slew of morning orders, and we have a lot of good folks we need to recognize this morning. So we're going to give you about 45 seconds to accomplish your goal. Let's start with Representative Anisha Jones, Representative Herring, and they're going to recognize the Macon Bibb folks. Representative Jones and Herring, and folks from down in Macon Bibb County. Ladies recognized.
All right. Good morning, Mr. Speaker, esteemed colleagues of the House, and guests. So I'm going to be speed reading. Today, we proudly recognize Macon Day at the Capitol, a celebration of a community whose legacy, innovation, and leadership continues to shape the great state of Georgia. Nestled in the heart of Middle Georgia, Macon is more than a city. It's a cultural anchor, an economic engine, and a place where education, industry, and public service intersect to move our state forward. Macon's contributions to Georgia are rooted in resilience and vision. From small businesses and entrepreneurs to healthcare professionals, educators, and civic leaders, the people of Macon exemplify what it means to build opportunity while preserving heritage. Our city's strategic located, diverse workforce, and commitment to revitalization have made Middle Georgia an essential part of Georgia. Speaker, today we have some people in the House with us. We have our Mayor Lester Miller, Jessica Walden, the President and CEO of Greater Macon Chamber, Chrissy Kovac, past Macon Chamber Chair, Chrissy Milner, Government and Military Affairs Chair, Tyler Garrison, Board Member, Jennifer Bronner, Chamber Vice President of Finance, the longest employee, 20 University, and Mr. Speaker, I yield the well.
Chairman Blackman. That's all right. You can come back if you want to, if they join us a little bit. Speaker Pro Tem Jones, Representative Jan Jones is recognized for a morning order. Pro Tem Jones.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Today we're recognizing Georgia State University, and we have a number of members who obtained their undergraduate or graduate degree there or have children there. It is so integral to many of our lives. And I, many years ago, received my MBA from Georgia State, and I'm forever grateful for the opportunities that they gave me. This is one of our premier research universities with 53,000 students, and they're known for their excellence and their focus on undergraduate teaching, innovation, and they are a national leader in student success. They've raised their 4- and 6-year graduation rates by 20 percentage points, which is no small feat. And so if you will join me and other Georgia State supporters and former students in thanking President Brian Blake, who's doing an awesome job. He's up in the middle left. And if you'll rise, and if y'all will rise and let us thank you and the students and the staff for all that you do in helping Georgia students realize their dreams. Thank you.
President Blake, good to have you. Appreciate what y'all are doing. Y'all have a great program of work going on, and we enjoy having your students over here with us. They do great work here in the People's House. So thank y'all for what you're doing, and congratulations, and keep doing what you're doing. Representative Schofield, you ready? I have my purple on.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, members of the House. First, I want to acknowledge that.
The lady will suspend just for a moment. Give them a chance to come up.
Yeah, I wasn't doing lupus first, but anyway, okay. I'm so blessed to have two amazing groups in the House today. So my first group that I want to acknowledge is, I know my colleagues are here, but no one can say it like I say it. District 63 is the best district in the state of Georgia. And I can prove that because I have my mayor from East Point today in the House, Mayor Keisha Chapman, members of the council, Dr. Jaspora Hemming, Council Member Eric Friedley, Council Member Sean Akins, Council Member Carrie Ziegler, Council Member T. Star Cummings, Council Member Tremaine Mitchell, Council Member Andrea Caldwell, and Council Member Dr. Latanya Martin Rogers. Please, they're up in the House. Thank you for coming home to the People's House, and thank y'all for being the best city in the state. Okay, and so now I want everyone that's under the sound of my voice, if you didn't put on purple today, you have glasses on your table, and these are for the people that have passed because of lupus, people in your district that have lupus, people in your family that have lupus. Put your glasses on if you would do that. Today is Lupus Advocacy Day, and I am standing here recognizing the greatest group of people that fight every day to get up out of their bed, go to work, contribute to this state, and become active citizens for their families that are struggling but are overcoming and champions for lupus. They are up in the gallery. I acknowledge you. Stand up, wave, we salute you. Thank you for being here. This is your moment. Thank you to Terry Iman, the president of the Lupus Foundation Georgia chapter, for all of her work. Thank you, and Mr. Speaker, thank you for wearing your purple and supporting us over. Oh! Mr. Speaker, I yield the will.
Great day. Thank you for your enthusiasm and your continued work on lupus. Thank you all for being here as well as advocates for. Thank you, members. Representative McQueen. Lady will suspend just for a moment. Let me.
Are they both here?
Representative McQueen and Representative Mitchell.
Yes.
Recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Good morning. Today I rise with great pride to recognize and celebrate VNL Research and Consulting on the extraordinary occasion of their 35th anniversary. Founded in 1991, VNL Research and Consulting has grown from humble beginnings into one of the nation's top certified market research firms. That achievement alone is worthy of recognition, but what makes this milestone especially significant is that VNL is a Black woman-owned business, a distinction that remains far too rare in the market research industry. In a field where minority-owned firms are underrepresented and where Black women-owned enterprises are even less common, VNL's longevity and success stand as a powerful testament to vision, expertise, and perseverance. For 35 years, this company has not only survived but thrived in a highly competitive and specialized industry. Colleagues, please help me welcome Delphine Lomax-Taylor and Deidre Virgil, and congratulate them on 35 years of business. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I yield the well.
Thank you. Let's give that to me. Sit them down so we can take pictures.
Whip Burchett and friends. A acquaintances, I guess, better than friends would be the word.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. We have with us today Officer Tracy Whitaker and Commissioner Nails up in the gallery. Would you stand up, please? Mr. Speaker, members of the House, today I rise to recognize an outstanding public servant, Officer Tracy Whitaker, who has been named Officer of the Year for the Georgia Department of Community Supervision. What makes this honor especially meaningful is that Officer Whitaker was nominated by her peers. There is no higher compliment in law enforcement than the respect of the men and women who serve beside you every day. They see the long hours, they see the difficult cases, and they see the quiet acts of professionalism. Officer Whitaker exemplifies what the department stands for: accountability, integrity, and service. She consistently goes above and beyond the call of duty to ensure that individuals under her supervision are held accountable. If everyone in here would please rise and recognize the Lady Officer Tracy Whitaker. We very much appreciate your service to Georgia. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Welcome to the People's House. Glad to have y'all here. Representative Roberts, Representative Shay Roberts is recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. In a continuation of GSU, I rise today to recognize an extraordinary educator, Dr. Dana Wiggins of Georgia State University's Perimeter College. For more than 17 years, she has dedicated her career to teaching, mentoring, and empowering students in the Women's Gender and Sexuality Studies program. But her work goes far beyond the classroom. She equips students not only with knowledge, but with critical thinking skills, confidence, and civic awareness necessary to engage meaningfully in our democracy. That's why she's brought 30-plus students with her today. Can you all stand? Yay. Welcome to you all. Thanks for being here, and thank you, Dr. Wiggins.
Representative McClain.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
And friends.
Yes, definitely need friends. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Today is Labor Day. It is not Labor Day. It's not the first Monday in September. It is Labor Lobby Day. Today we have in the House, we have members from all groups and from labor. We have the president of the labor of the Georgia AFL-CIO, Ms. Wavon Brooks. If you'll stand. She's the first black and first female. And beside her is James Williams, who's the secretary treasurer. And I know that there's many in the House of Labor, from the machinists, UFCW, auto workers, Teamsters, IBEW. I just want to say thank you all for being here today, because this is the People's House, and glad to have labor in the House. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. And I yield the well.
Chairman Saines is recognized for a morning order.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. We got a couple of folks who drove the only district worth driving 350 miles for. Got some folks from Camden County, our County Commission Chair, Robbie Cheek, and our County Commissioner, Cody Smith, as well as at the northern end of our district, our Executive Director for Jekyll Island, former State Representative Mark Williams, Deputy Director Noel Jensen, and Marketing Director Alexa Hawkins. And if you haven't seen it on your desk, the 2025 report for Jekyll Island is there. And just as importantly, the newest and best event in the state of Georgia, the Gilded and Wild annual gala, information to come on down to our beautiful coast and experience the only state island in Georgia. They do a great job. We have 2 new products, the golf course and a new autism certified water park. They've done a great job. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Representative Derrick Jackson, Representative Mitchell, Representative Reese. Gentleman's recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, we have the men of Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated with us. There are nearly 3,800 Alphas in Georgia, but on the Capitol we have nearly 125. For over 119 years, this December would be 120 years, the men of Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity continue to shape our society through manly deeds, scholarship, and love for all mankind. But with us, Mr. Speaker, we have our leadership with us. The District Director, James Ford II, is not with us, but Charles Allen, the Deputy District, is with us. The immediate past District Director, Sherman Lofton. We also got another District Director, Brother Ellis Albright. We also have the Assistant Director, Khalil Jackson. And if I may, Mr. Speaker, just to quickly how Alpha men have continued to shape our society. We have a United States Senator. We have United States Senator Raphael Warnock. We have Representative Teddy Reese and Billy Mitchell, myself. We got state senators, Rashawn Kemp and Jahad Howard. But we also have those who served well before the three of us came here. Bobby Hill, Bob Holmes, Lymore James, Mickey Stevens, Darrell Jordan, and we just acknowledged George Brown. But we also have the grandson, Mr. Speaker, of the minority leader, Adam Hatchett, with us. And then last but certainly not least, we have Miss Black and Old Gold, Kennedy Larkin. And with that, please, for the men of Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity, please stand and get your salute, dear brothers.
Welcome to the House.
With that, we yield the well, Mr. Speaker.
Yes, you do. Leader Hughley, Representative Reese and Buckner. He may have just used half of y'all's time. No, you're good.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Ladies and gentlemen of the House, we have a group visiting us from Columbus.
Representative Buckner.
We have Ms. Royal Anderson, Chair of the Muskogee County Democrats, and a group of fine Democrats from Muskogee County. We want to welcome them to the People's House. Welcome, everyone. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. We yield the well.
Chairman Newton, give the gentleman the well your attention, please.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I want to welcome some visitors from Augusta, the greater Augusta area. We've got the Greater Augusta Interfaith Coalition. It's a group that celebrates religious freedom by championing individual rights, promoting policies that protect both religion and democracy, and uniting diverse voices. I want to welcome the director of that in the gallery. If y'all will help me welcome Reverend Christopher Johnson and others from the Greater Augusta Interfaith Coalition. Thank you for being here. Thank y'all. Yield the will. Thank you, sir.
Good to have y'all. Thank you, Representative Newton. Representative Mitchell. Representative Glaze.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I rise this morning to welcome to the People's House Georgia Military College, the Fairburn campus, with the leader and director, Dr. Nathaniel Moss. Georgia Military College is about 10 minutes away from our busiest airport. It's been in existence since 1879, and most of its graduates go on to have a career in the military. And we want to recognize your work, your excellence, and your service to Georgia and to America. If there are anyone still in the house from GMC, please stand. Otherwise, we applaud you. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Representative Osteen and Whip Burchett.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Whip Burchett and I are proud and honored to welcome some of our friends from my hometown of Douglas, Coffee County, Georgia. Y'all stand up. These great folks are members of the program that I graduated from many years ago called Leadership Coffee. This transformative initiative is sponsored by the Douglas Coffee County Chamber of Commerce, and they are the next generation of informed, engaged, and committed leaders of our region. Through an extensive program focused on economic development, public policy, education, healthcare, and community infrastructure, this class has invested significant time in understanding the significant challenges and opportunities that face Coffee County and our state. We are proud to have you here in the Capitol. Thank you for coming. We love you guys. Give them a round of applause. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Chairman Blackman. Representative Mitchell. Completes morning orders. Gentleman's recognized.
Mr. Speaker, I really do appreciate it. I want to take this opportunity to recognize Dr. Jacqueline Mohair and the Trinity Girls Network on their Educational Day at the Capitol. If you're here, if you would please rise, help me recognize a great organization of young ladies. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Let's do this again. I introduced former Representative George Brown a while ago. He was here 43 years ago, so it's good to have him back. He's from over in Augusta. We appreciate his service. And Representative Williams was a page back then, I think, is what he claims. I'm not sure that's true. Okay, we'll move on to the rules calendar. Moving on to the rules calendar. Mr. Clerk, will you read the caption of House Bill 1020, 1020?
House Bill 1020 by Representative Reeves of the 99th and others being entitled An Act to Amend Chapter 23, Title 47 of the Official Code of Georgia annotated relating the Georgia Judicial Retirement System so as to provide for the payment of monthly retirement benefits for credible service as a district attorney at the age of 65 years. This bill having referred to the Committee on Retirement, that committee recommends that this bill do pass by committee substitute.
Leader F. Stration is recognized to present House Bill 1020. Gentleman's recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. So I'm presenting this legislation on behalf of my colleague from Duluth. House Bill 1020, in keeping with what we did in increasing the judicial retirement age last year from 60 to 65, would have similar treatment for district attorneys, consistent with retirement ages being at 65, and for consistency within the judicial code. This would just increase when the retirement for DAs would be eligible, meeting the other eligibility requirements. With that, Mr. Speaker, I'm happy to answer any questions.
Gentleman did a good job. He has no questions.
Thank you. Ask for the body's favorable consideration. I yield the well.
Gentleman's yielded the well. Is any objection to the previous question being ordered? Hearing none, the previous question is ordered. Is there any objection to adopting the committee substitute? Hearing none, the committee substitute is adopted. Is there any objection to agreeing to the report of the committee, which was favorable to the passage of the bill? Hearing none, the report of the committee is agreed to. Shall this bill now pass? All in favor of the passage of the bill will vote yes. All those opposed will vote no. And Mr. Clerk will unlock the machine. Have all members voted? All members voted. Thanks for the report. If all members have voted, Mr. Clerk will lock the machine. On the passage of House Bill 1020, the yeas are 164, the nays are 0. This bill, having received the requisite constitutional majority, is therefore passed. Mr. Clerk, will you read the caption to House Bill 1027, 1027?
House Bill 1027 by Representative Anderson of the 10th and others to be entitled an act to amend Chapter 1 and Title and 30 of Title 36 of the Official Code of Georgia annotated relating to general provisions applicable to counties only and general provisions applicable to municipal corporations only so as to authorize certain long-term contracts. This bill having referred to the Committee on Governmental Affairs, that committee recommends that this bill do pass.
Twins. Representative Victor Anderson is recognized to present House Bill 1027.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Colleagues, today I bring before you House Bill 1027. This is a electric utility ratepayer protection bill. What this bill does is it allows the members of the Municipal Electric Authority of Georgia to enter into retail electric sales contracts that are validated by a Superior Court judge for a period of 20 years. Current code only allows that for 10 years. This extends that to 20 years to allow for protection of the ratepayer. So that's the bill, and stand for any questions.
The gentleman has no questions.
Thank you, and I'd ask for your favorable consideration.
The gentleman has yielded the well. Is there any objection to the previous question being ordered? Hearing none, the previous question is ordered. Is there any objection to agreeing to the report of the committee, which was favorable to the passage of the bill? Hearing none, the report of the committee is agreed to. Shall this bill now pass? All in favor of the passage of the bill will vote yes. All those opposed will vote no. And Mr. Clerk will unlock the machine. Have all members voted? All members voted? If so, Mr. Clerk, will you lock the machine? On the passage of House Bill 1027, the yeas are 162, the nays are 2. This bill, having received the requisite constitutional majority, is therefore passed. Mr. Clerk, will you read the caption of House Bill 1161?
House Bill 1161 by Representative Lim of the 98th and others to be entitled an act to amend Title 40 of the Official Code of Georgia annotated relating to motor vehicles and traffic so as to provide for proper operation of a motor vehicle upon the approach of an authorized emergency vehicle or by a law enforcement vehicle for the purposes of a traffic stop. This bill having referred to the Committee on Public Safety and Homeland Security, that committee recommends that this bill do pass.
Representative Marvin Lim is recognized to present House Bill 1161. The gentleman is recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I am here presenting HB 1161, which the Gwinnett County Police Department, who remain in our thoughts, asked me to carry, and it is supported by the Georgia Chiefs of Police and the Sheriff's Association. This bill simply clarifies that for traffic stops, drivers should move towards the right-hand curb of the road away from traffic if safe to do so. This is something most in the situation already do, and many, including law enforcement, have assumed that it's codified, but Georgia courts have actually said it's not, and that's led to some confusion and differential treatment. That's what we're trying to resolve here, as we've already done explicitly with passing emergency or law enforcement vehicles. That's in subsection A of this code, which is in the bill, where we say move to the right if safe to do so. This bill codifies this general best practice. This creates a clarity and consistency that will lead to both equal application of the law and, perhaps most importantly, at least to me, signal and encourage this practice in reality in what are, let's recognize, potentially very stressful situations, both in the context of passing or a stop. With that, I will yield for any questions.
Gentlemen, yield for a question?
Yes, I will.
Representative Rice to your left is recognized for a question.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Does the gentleman yield?
Yes, I do.
Is it not true that House Bill 1161 makes traffic stops safer in our state by letting drivers pull over in a reasonably safe location?
That's correct, and I really appreciated the discussion in committee, because this is not meant to create a black and white rule. There is some judgment that's still to be used, but it still encourages that best practice. And again, by harmonizing with what we already said with emergency vehicles, and we also talked about the laws on school buses. It can be confusing, but by creating that clarity, we truly believe that it will lead to more safety. So thank you for the question.
It's all about safety, right? Gentleman has no further questions.
Thank you, and I ask for your favorable support, and I yield the well. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Representative Lim. The gentleman has yielded the well. Is there any objection to the previous question being ordered? Hearing none, the previous question is ordered. Is there any objection to agreeing to the report of the committee, which was favorable to the passage of the bill? Hearing none, the report of the committee is agreed to. Shall this bill now pass? All in favor of the passage of the bill will vote yes. All those opposed will vote no. And Mr. Clerk will unlock the machine. Have all members voted? All members voted now. If so, Mr. Clerk, will you lock the machine? On the passage of House Bill 1161, the yeas are 162, the nays are 2. This bill, having received the requisite constitutional majority, is therefore passed. Mr. Clerk, will you read the caption to House Bill 1181, 1181?
House Bill 1181 by Representative Ballard of the 147th and others, to be entitled an act to amend Article 2, Chapter 3 of Title 40 of the Official Code of Georgia annotated relating to certificates of title for motor vehicles, so as to require an application for a certificate of title to contain or be accompanied by the last certificate of title issued. This bill having referred to the Committee on Motor Vehicles, that committee recommends that this bill do pass.
The lady from the great county of Houston and the great city of Warner Robins, Representative Ballard, is recognized to present the bill.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Colleagues, I have House Bill 1181. What this bill does, it cuts red tape for Georgia's citizens, especially for those in our military communities who live away from extended family. It allows a decedent's car title to come directly from the state where the estate is domiciled to the first-degree relative who is inheriting it. And this skips the intermediate step requiring that the car be titled first in the state where the executor is. I ask for your favorable consideration. I'll yield for questions at this time.
Lady has no questions.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I yield the well.
Ladies yielded the well. Is there any objection to the previous question being ordered? Hearing none, the previous question is ordered. Is there any objection to agreeing to the report of the committee, which was favorable to the passage of the bill? Hearing none, the report of the committee is agreed to. Shall this bill now pass? All in favor of the passage of the bill will vote yes. All those opposed will vote no. And Mr. Clerk will unlock the machine. Have all members voted? All members voted. If so, Mr. Clerk will lock the machine. On the passage of House Bill 1181, the yeas are 166, the nays are 0. This bill, having received the requisite constitutional majority, is therefore passed. For what purpose does Chairman Crow rise?
To make a motion.
State your motion.
Mr. Speaker, I move that House Bill 1180 be recommitted to the Rules Committee.
Mr. Clerk, will you read the caption?
House Bill 1180 by Representative Crowe, the 118th, be entitled an act to amend Chapter 26 and Title 50 of the official code of Georgia annotated relating to the Georgia Housing and Finance Authority.
On the gentleman's motion that House Bill 1180 be recommitted to the Rules Committee, is there objection? Hearing none, it is so ordered. For what purpose does Representative Werkheiser rise?
Make a motion.
State your motion, sir.
I move that the rules of this House be temporarily suspended so the bill may be read for the first time and sent to committee.
Mr. Clerk, will you read the caption?
Unnumbered House Bill by Representative Werkheiser, the 157th, and others to be entitled an act to amend Article 4, Chapter 7, and Title 31 of the official code of Georgia annotated relating to county and municipal hospital authorities.
On the gentleman's motion that the rules of this House be temporarily suspended so a bill can be read for the first time and assigned to a committee, is there objection? Health. For what purpose does Representative Mac Jackson rise?
To make a motion, Mr. Speaker.
State your motion, sir.
I move that the rules be temporarily suspended so that a bill may be read for the first time and assigned to committee.
Mr. Clerk, will you read the caption?
Unnumbered House Bill by Representative Jackson of the 128th to be entitled an act to amend Code Section 12.3, 5080 of the official code of Georgia annotated relating to the powers, duties, and authority of the Department of Community Affairs.
On the gentleman's motion that the rules of this House be temporarily suspended so a bill can be read for the first time and assigned to committee, is there objection? Rule development. We'll move on to afternoon orders. You're going to have a maximum of a minute and a half. Representative Karen Lupton is recognized for an afternoon order.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Colleagues, you're going to find on your desk today a note stapled to a plastic baggie, and inside there you're going to find a paper origami crane. This is not the same as the crane you got. This is not the same as the crane that you got on Tuesday for Japan Day. I literally made this. I folded them by hand. The note, well, thank you. The note says, in Japanese folklore, it's alleged that a person can be granted one wish if they fold 1,000 origami cranes. This paper bird is a symbol of hope and healing during challenging times. I know that we're facing challenges of all kinds, especially in this job. I've begun a second senzaburu, which is a second folding of 1,000 cranes, focusing on goodwill between people. Please accept this crane that I folded by hand with hope for strength, courage, cooperation, and understanding as we seek to serve our state. So thank you, colleagues. Please accept this from me.
Ladies, yield to the well. Representative Ann Allen Westbrook is recognized for an afternoon order. The ladies recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and good afternoon, colleagues. I rise today to draw your attention to an issue involving a veteran and a father and a grandfather, Mr. Godfrey Wade. Godfrey is also a member of our state capitol family, having worked in our cafeteria until last September. Godfrey came to the U.S. from Jamaica as a lawful permanent resident more than 50 years ago as a child with his family. As a young man, he enlisted in the U.S. Army and served honorably for 4 years, including serving overseas in Germany, supporting NATO operations. He served an additional 4 years in the U.S. Army Reserves. Godfrey built a life right here in Georgia, including raising his 6 children here. His children and grandchildren are all U.S. citizens. Godfrey has consistently worked to support himself and his family, most recently working here in our Capitol cafeteria, supporting us and the work we do for our communities by keeping us fed. Very important work. His typical shift was 6 a.m. to approximately 2:30 p.m. For most of his tenure in our cafeteria, he had a second job during baseball season, serving food to Braves fans at Truist Park. At one point, 4 of his children worked at Truist Park alongside him. His shift at Truist was typically 3 p.m. until midnight. This was after his shift at the Capitol. The Department of Homeland Security initiated proceedings against Godfrey more than a decade ago for 2 nonviolent minor infractions. He was and is entitled to due process in those proceedings. The hallmarks of due process are notice and an opportunity to be heard. Godfrey did not get proper notice and did not get the hearing to which he was entitled. His appeal remains pending. Last September, during a traffic stop, he was detained by ICE. He remained in ICE detention for 5 months, and earlier this month, he was removed to Jamaica. In this chamber, our commitment to the rule of law is bipartisan. I would like to ask my fellow members to join me in supporting Godfrey's request that the Department of Homeland Security reopen his case so that he can receive the one hearing he was legally entitled to receive. Please join me in encouraging our federal delegation in Congress to look at the defects in this case. This is not about politics. It is about ensuring that a U.S. Army veteran receives the one hearing he was entitled to under the law. Godfrey defended this country when it asked him to. We are simply asking that he be allowed to defend himself. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and I yield the well.
Representative Ali is recognized for an afternoon order.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. On the screen is a pair of siblings named Alicia and Sean, brother and sister, aged 13 and 11. Alicia and Sean are both avid fans of Taylor Swift, Selena Gomez, while being superb students and complete sharks at board games. People that will 100% make me lose if I ever competed with them. And as always, we can make a difference in their lives since they are looking for a family. They are looking to be adopted. And the place to do that as legislators and simply as citizens is at itsmyturnnow.dhs.georgia.gov. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I yield the well.
Members, I hope you'll join me in welcoming back a former member with a pedigree. Former member Mark Williams, hold it right there. Don't welcome him yet. Former chair of Game Fish and Parks, commissioner of the Department of Natural Resources, now the executive director when you go down to our island, Jekyll Island. Let's all make Mark very welcome, former member of this house. Representative Parrish is recognized for an afternoon order. She may be with her Macon folks. It is Macon Day. That completes our afternoon orders. Mr. Clerk, will you read the caption to a group of privileged resolutions?
Honoring the life and memory of Anthony Trey Harrell. Commending Officer Matthew Whittle. Recognizing Tim Avanadori upon his retirement as Mayor of Baxley, Georgia. Commending the Georgia chapter and the National Organization of Black Law Enforcement Executives in recognition of Georgia chapter of Noble Day at the Capitol on March 18th, 2026. Congratulating Bob and Carolyn Wright upon being inducted into the Chattahoochee Valley Sports Hall of Fame. Commending the Georgia peanut industry and recognizing March 3rd, 2026 as Georgia Peanut Day at the state capitol, and recognizing and honoring Mickey Garber. And for other purposes, that completes the reading of the privilege resolutions.
Is there any objection to adopting the privilege resolutions? Hearing none, the resolutions are adopted. We'll move on to announcements. Chairman Bonner is recognized for an announcement.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Today at 2 o'clock from 2 to 4 in CAP 341, we'll have a joint committee meeting with our Defense and Veteran Affairs Committee and our Senate counterpart. 2 to 4 today in room 341 here in the Capitol. Thank you.
Representative McLean, Representative Dewey McLean, gentleman's recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Today is Thursday. Working Family Cox will be meeting in room 307 upon adjournment. Today is effectiveness of family services and prevention. So 307 at CLOB, and lunch will be provided. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Chairman Gunther is recognized for an announcement.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. We have a Judiciary Committee meeting in room 132 starting at 1 o'clock. I think there's only about 3 bills on that calendar, so see you there.
That completes our announcements, except one. It's Macon Day. Representative Parrish is recognized for an announcement and an order, however she wants to put it.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Ladies and gentlemen of the Georgia House, I want you to know that today is, can you say it with me? Macon Day, yay! So at 5 o'clock at the depot, we want to see you there. We're going to have fried fish, grits, New Way hot dogs, and we're going to have a really, really good time. So y'all make sure you come on out. You know, this is one of the best days of the session. You need to be there. Are you going to be square? All right, Macon Day, let's go. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Macon Day. Good time at the depot. Chairman Stevens recognized for an announcement.
Thank you, Speaker. Economic Development and Tourism will meet at 12:30, room 403. We have a bill.
12:30, 403. That completes our announcements. Hey, we do have a birthday today. I won't ask how old he is. I won't even guess how old he is, but Chairman Bill Workeiser has a birthday today. Happy birthday, Representative Workeiser. All right, we have page photos. If you have a page, if you're not sure, look up on the boards and you'll figure it out. Thank you for your attention today, members, and we appreciate you sticking with us. Majority Leader of this House, Representative Stration, is recognized for a motion.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I move that this House stand adjourned until Friday, February 20th, 2026 at 9 o'clock a.m.
Time's flying. On the motion of Majority Leader Stration that this House stands adjourned until 9 a.m. Friday, February the 20th, 2026. All those in favor will say aye. Opposed, no. Oh, y'all heard me. It was clear, though. Y'all were not close. The ayes have it. We'll adjourn. Thank y'all for being here. See you in the morning.